Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm reviewing my last DCEU movie, unless I'm doing like some sort of retrospective series on the DCEU and how much it was a success or flop it was. But today I am reviewing Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom, starring Jason Momoa and Nicole Kidman. Black Manta seeks revenge on Aquaman for his father's death, and wielding the Black Trident's power, he becomes a formidable foe to defeat Atlantis. Aquaman forces an alliance with his brother. They must protect the kingdom. As you guys know, I am not a big fan of the first Aquaman. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe I need to watch it again. But when I reviewed it, I didn't like it. I gave it like 2 out of 5 stars. Because my friend was very much like, oh my god, this movie's really good, you have to watch it. So I watched it, I'm like, is it? So, but I think that Jason Momoa is really good in this movie, and I don't think he was the problem in the first movie. I think it was the story of the first one that I was like, what? But I love Jason Momoa as Aquaman. He is a great Aquaman, and I'm really shocked that he's now becoming Lobo and not staying Aquaman in James Gunn's DCU. And now, let's talk about the elephant in the room for a second here. Amber Heard is fine in this movie. She has, I want to say that she has around 15 minutes-ish in the movie, right? And I don't like getting into the politics and stuff because I like focusing on my passion, which is movies. But you do need to kind of address if something happens in a movie around a specific actor, whether it's Ezra Miller or Amber Heard, you need to kind of address it in the review. I think that she's really good in the movie. But you can tell that there are a lot of scenes in this movie that are just like, oh, she's in this? I totally forgot about her. Or like, there are scenes where she's really good in the movie, and they had to give her at least some sort of role in this movie because she was such a important part in the first one, and even though that she wasn't a huge focus, Mira in this movie reminds me of how she was in Justice League or the Snyder Cut, right? Where she's not in a lot, but she is in a little bit. But she obviously has more time than those because they feel like that they need to use the same character because she was in the first one. It's one of those things where it's like, you may not like her as a person, but she's bloody hot. So I had no arguments towards her, right? So, and let's talk about Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman was awesome in the first movie. I loved her fight scenes in the first movie. I thought that she was great in this movie. Her fight scenes were really good. And the relationship between her and Arthur was really strong. But there were times where it did look a bit CGI. I don't know if it was because that's mainly under the water stuff that you're dealing with. So the way that you have the water kind of moving about, and then the flowing of the hair of not only Nicole Kidman but Jason Momoa as well, right? You're like, that looks CGI, but I don't think that that's CGI. But it does look a little CGI. So it's one of those things where you just need to go like, okay, sure. And I want to give a shout out to Randall Park for a second. The first scene you see him, I was like, who the hell is that? I know that voice. I was like, is that Jimmy Woo? And I was like, oh my god, it's Randall Park. Oh my god. And he was great. And I think that there's an interesting idea for a character for him in this movie. And I really like that. I think that's really good. Really good in this movie. And I thought that they did a better job of the Dark World thing of breaking a brother out of prison and bringing him along for the mission. So, in that aspect, it did better than Thor: The Dark World did. But I think that overall, it's not much better than that. You know what I mean? And the comedy in this movie is very hit and miss. You're like, what the hell? That worked, but that didn't. What is up with that? You're just kind of like, huh? Why is that like that? But I did actually like the soundtrack. I thought the soundtrack was pretty good in this movie. I like how the pop songs were used and how they were better in this movie than they were in the first movie. I need to talk about James Wan's horror aspect. The horror aspects in this movie was really good, and I think that just shows that he's really good with the Conjuring movies, and you can see that throughout the horror stuff in this movie, right? So I think that really shows you that James Wan is very good at the horror aspects. But I do think that the actual adventure aspect of this movie is better than the first one. So I think that's one of the things that you need to give this one over the first one, is that the actual adventure is more interesting of finding the Lost Kingdom than the first one. I think that I need to give Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom 3 out of 5 stars. It's okay. Not a great farewell to the DCEU before James Gunn takes over for the DCU. So, guys, thank you for watching. So, guys, please hit the like button down below if you haven't already. Subscribe, also hit the little bell icon to get notified of future videos I make. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.